Was there of being the accountant for Floyd Mayweather for a number of years. Just residences making 100, 200 grand here or there, $50,000 not going to affect. But for those large investors, obviously that's becoming very concerning, because if you've got a building, big mall or something else, it could be worth $100 million. All of a sudden you've got a $10 million profit on there that's now going to be taxed at 37 or 40 versus 20 to 24. Huge difference. So that's the biggest one people are keeping their eye on.
I mean, dang, Floyd Money Mayweather. Man, wow, y'all around here getting Rolexes, not paying for them. Man, y'all got stacks of money, owing jewelers money.
In a shocking revelation that has rocked both the sports and financial worlds, Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s personal accountant has come forward with explosive claims regarding the boxing legend's financial situation. According to The Insider, Mayweather is allegedly burdened by a staggering $500 million debt, despite his long-standing image of limitless wealth. Known for showcasing luxury cars, private jets, and multi-million-dollar mansions, the money persona he built over decades now appears to be under serious scrutiny. As more details surface, fans and critics are questioning how one of the highest-paid athletes in history could face such financial uncertainty, and whether deeper issues within his empire are yet to be revealed.
Money Mayweather. That's awesome. So you mentioned said not to get in their lives. I have to tell this. I remember as I was a teenager. Yeah, I was going to college. I didn't go all the way through, but the criminal justice teacher told us when you do your taxes, if you're dealing drugs, that you should end up putting your salesperson. I don't know about that firsthand, but I just remember
that's how it's classified.
He specifically said, he kind of looked at everybody, he's like, for those of you guys, it's a salesperson. And I was like, kind of like, all right, but no, man, I got asked. So Money Mayweather, what was that like? Just
absolutely great experience. Had a great time doing his work. Problem is as the manager goes, so does the CPA. So when he changed managers, we ended up getting kicked to the curb.
The accountant, Dave Hall, attributes this potential downfall to excessive spending habits and a series of questionable investments. Despite earning hundreds of millions throughout his career, Mayweather's lifestyle, filled with luxury homes, expensive vehicles, and constant high-end purchases, reportedly drained his wealth at an alarming rate. Alongside this, several risky investments made without proper financial planning failed to generate returns, further worsening the situation and raising concerns about long-term financial management.
Okay, so Money Mayweather is jabbed by the IRS here. What happened? Well, he took a large S-corp deduction for legal expense. The merits of that didn't even matter because he missed his appeal deadline of the denial. His accountants and lawyers screwed up, so the tax court said, hey, you were too late appealing this. You gotta pay us back all the tax plus penalties plus interest. Moral of the story, pay attention to the deadlines on the IRS letters. Really sad they didn't do it in this case, with considering the armies of lawyers and accountants he has. So pay attention, hit your deadlines on audit, otherwise you're gonna lose the appeal.
But he said the only thing I have to have as a billionaire, I gotta have a private jet. He was like, that's the best. He said that's the best main thing.
That's not what Warren Buffett got, a private jet. So me and Warren Buffett is sitting down like this in the dressing room one time, right before one of my fights, and I'm talking to him. I'm talking to him we talking about jets. I'm talking about my jet. At that particular time, I think I had 2 jets at that time. The next thing you know, this man tell me he got, I think, 540 jets. You gotta think he owned net jets, if I'm not mistaken. So he had like 500 and some jets. So he really showing out.
Yeah.
So, but it's just that when you've been living this life for so long, I think it's normal, but when people go on social media, they post
Paul also revealed that behind the confident and untouchable image, Mayweather privately dealt with emotional struggles that remained hidden from the public eye. Despite fame, wealth, and an undefeated record, he faced internal battles that highlight the intense pressure and isolation experienced by elite athletes. His situation serves as a reminder that even the most successful figures are not immune to personal challenges.
But something that many people, it's public knowledge, not sharing anything that's not out there, but something many people don't realize is he suffered a lot through his life with depression, something that he's struggled with mentally. And with that, we saw some of the progress and growth that he went through, some of the struggles that he was facing, and to have a lot of respect for someone that goes out there and pushes it every day and tries to be a better person.
Yeah, I got Did he have the $20,000 in sides at the restaurant, Wolf of Wall Street? Are they cure cancer?
Former associate Steve Morano emphasized how even massive earnings can quickly disappear without proper control. He explained that high-income individuals often underestimate how fast money can be lost due to taxes, lifestyle costs, and ongoing financial obligations. According to him, even someone earning millions annually can struggle if their monthly spending remains excessively high, leaving little room for actual savings or long-term security.
Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record, and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top Rank Boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up, so Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on...
In Mayweather's case, his monthly expenses are believed to reach millions. When combined with taxes, luxury maintenance, and business risks, even a billion-dollar fortune can shrink rapidly. Morano stressed that without disciplined financial planning, continuous high spending can eventually place even the wealthiest individuals in a vulnerable position.
He said, the only thing I have to have as a billionaire, I gotta have a private jet. He was like, that's the best. He said, that's the best main thing.
That's not what Warren Buffett got, a private jet. So me and Warren Buffett is sitting down like this in the dressing room one time, right before one of my fights, and I'm talking to him. You know, we talking about jets. I'm talking about my jet. At that particular time, I think I had 2 jets at that time. The next thing you know, this man tell me he got, I think, 540 jets. You gotta think he owned net jets, if I'm not mistaken. So he had like 500 and some jets. So he really showing out.
Yeah.
So, but you know, it's just that when you've been living this life for so long, I think it's normal, you know, but you know, when people go on social media, they post,
Morano also provided insight into Mayweather's extended stay in Dubai, suggesting it was linked to a gold mining business venture. This perspective contrasts with claims made by Gervonta Davis, who alleged that Mayweather was stuck due to unpaid debts. According to Morano, the situation was more strategic than problematic, pointing toward business involvement rather than financial distress.
Floyd in a minute. But, you know, I'm tight with his right-hand man, my man, S-Mac. I knew S-Mac for 25 years. I tried to call him and figure out what was good with it. He didn't get back to me yet. And I'm sure even if he did get back, he probably don't want to speak on it. Look, they got him over there. That's obvious. We know you've been there a month or whatever, and they say it's over some money. So Floyd got money, so he just better hope they don't take it legal. They saying that he owes some people money out there for the transaction that didn't go through, and he's supposed to get back that money. But out there it's different. The rules is different. It ain't like here where you got a civil court. So I don't know the rules, I don't know the regulations.
However, reports indicate that while Mayweather is not imprisoned, his situation in Dubai remains concerning. Allegedly, his passport has been restricted, limiting his ability to travel freely until certain financial matters are resolved. Despite staying in a luxury hotel, this restriction suggests a form of indirect pressure tied to unresolved disputes.
Out there, they got Floyd Mayweather, like...
Well, I didn't say kidnap, but you know, you got your passport taken. You can't come and leave when you want to go, but he ain't in jail, so
okay.
He's out in a 6-star hotel being Floyd, so I guess it ain't that bad, but we'll see. We're going to watch and see like everybody else.
That's crazy. I mean, when you think of Money Mayweather, you thinking like Floyd may have like $1 billion or something.
He did. He made $1 billion plus. Floyd made a lot of money. And I don't really know Floyd's business, so I'm not going to speak on Floyd's business, but Floyd's very, very...
Steve Morano's claims appear to strongly align with Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s continued pattern of extravagant spending, which has remained consistent despite growing concerns about his financial situation. Recently, Mayweather once again made headlines after celebrating his birthday by purchasing a massive 145-carat diamond-encrusted watch valued at over £1.4 million, reinforcing the luxurious image he has carefully built over the years. In another widely circulated clip, he was seen casually carrying around $1 million in cash while simultaneously showcasing multiple high-end luxury watches, further amplifying the perception of unlimited wealth. However, for many fans and financial observers, these displays are no longer seen purely as signs of success, but rather as potential indicators of excessive spending habits. The growing concern is not about whether he has money, but whether such consistent high-level spending is sustainable over the long term, especially when paired with increasing reports of financial disputes and obligations.
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
that happy birthday, champ.
That's how we doing.
1 point. That is sick, dude.
Wow. You gotta show him what he's saying.
Money green.
No,
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece.
One of one.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That one of one. $1.8 million.
Having fun, living life, making power moves every day. As you guys can see my plaque right here for my buildings. Check it out. Truly blessed, hustling hard, making power moves. That's what I do. I always got to treat myself. A little gift. You guys seen this Himalaya, and this is what we do. Dior, another one. Money May, and you guys know the rest.
At the same time, Mayweather is facing serious legal pressure in the form of a $4 million lawsuit filed by jeweler Leonard Solomonov, owner of Lenzo & Company. According to the lawsuit, Mayweather allegedly purchased multiple high-end luxury items, including rare watches and expensive jewelry, without completing the full payment for those items. The complaint claims that only partial payments were made up front, leaving a substantial unpaid balance running into millions of dollars. This situation has added another layer of controversy to Mayweather's financial narrative, as it raises questions not just about spending, but about payment practices and financial responsibility. For critics, this lawsuit is not an isolated issue but part of a larger pattern that suggests possible financial strain behind the scenes, despite the public image of endless wealth.
Based jeweler claims retired world championship boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. owes him nearly $4 million for high-end watches and diamond jewelry he purchased back in 2021, according to a new federal lawsuit. It's suing Mayweather and his company, the Money Team (TMT), for violations of the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization Act (RICO), along with counts of fraud, civil conspiracy, breach of contract, unjust enrichment, and civil theft, among other allegations. Meaning y'all stole my shit. Got it. The suit, which was filed in Miami Herald Court on August 23rd, also names rapper Tyga, real name Michael Ray Stevenson, for allegedly failing to pay for a Rolex. This action arises out of a pattern of predatory, unfair, improper, fraudulent, and unscrupulous practices through which defendants use the plaintiff's reputation, business, and inventory to systemically steal and convert the plaintiff's watches and jewelry to their own without paying the full and fair.
The legal case includes serious allegations such as fraud, breach of contract, and financial misconduct, all of which could have significant implications if proven true. At the same time, Mayweather's claims about his real estate empire have also come under scrutiny. He has publicly stated that he owns a large portfolio of properties in New York, describing it as a major investment achievement. However, according to reports, official property records do not reflect such ownership, creating a clear contradiction between his claims and publicly available data. This discrepancy has fueled skepticism among analysts and fans alike, with many beginning to question whether these statements are accurate representations of his financial standing or simply part of maintaining a larger-than-life public image.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. I mean, we all know him, the tremendous, talented boxer, but people don't realize how smart he is in business, especially real estate. He just did a blockbuster deal, forget about it. Upper Manhattan, 1,000 units, consisting of 60 buildings, affordable housing, $402 million purchase price. The seller, Black Spruce Management. This is going to be a monster huge deal. Already a very big portion of it already closed. The remaining portion should be closing the beginning of 2025. This is a guy who believes in long-term wealth, generational wealth. He's heavily involved in skyscrapers. Now he's getting very, very big in affordable housing in Upper Manhattan. Tremendous deal. $402 million. Once again, 1,000 units, 60 buildings. Forget about it, Maron. That's what I'm talking about. That's smart. That's generational wealth, in my opinion. Not financial advice, not a financial planner, but very, very impressed. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Not too shabby. V for Vic.
Attempts by journalists and investigators to verify Mayweather's real estate claims have only added to the confusion. Representatives linked to his business operations have reportedly confirmed these deals informally, but when pressed for official documentation or verifiable proof, they have refused to provide concrete evidence. In some cases, unusual communication patterns have further raised suspicions, including unclear statements and inconsistencies in responses. This lack of transparency has made it increasingly difficult to separate fact from exaggeration, leaving the public uncertain about the true scale of Mayweather's investments. As a result, what was once accepted without question is now being closely examined, with growing doubt surrounding the authenticity of his financial empire.
What's the point of buying 62 buildings? You buy a couple.
No, 62 units, I think, right?
No, 62 units could be one building.
Yeah, it could be.
They got buildings with 90 units and 100
true.
and some units.
He has 62 multifamily units. That's what it says. So that's 62 buildings. Like you just said, it's probably 62
think
buildings.
about it. If he has that, some of the buildings they might not be in the best condition.
Right.
So knock it down and build, or knock, if they're side by side, knock both of them down. Don't renew rents. Let them move out and then build a skyscraper.
Right. Or if he makes commercial properties out of some of those.
Critics such as Shannon Sharpe have been particularly vocal about Mayweather's recent career decisions, especially his continued participation in exhibition fights. Sharpe has openly questioned whether these bouts are driven by genuine sporting ambition or by financial necessity. According to him, these exhibition matches appear to prioritize entertainment value and revenue generation rather than true competitive integrity. This perspective reflects a broader concern within the boxing community that Mayweather's post-retirement activities may be influenced more by financial pressures than by a desire to compete at the highest level.
Sure, he could be 60 years of age and people would still pay per view to watch him box.
And so the allure is still there.
Yeah.
They want to see Floyd get beat, even if it's somebody that's not a name that a YouTuber did something that a world champion couldn't do.
Yeah. Didn't?
Yes.
No.
But I saw Floyd Mayweather get knocked down.
But at what point does Floyd have enough money not to stoop to do these exhibitions? But at some point there is athletic dignity attached to 50 and 0. And that's the allure of this?
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of, okay?
And the people that they're putting him in there with can't put him in harm's way.
No,
so he doesn't see I just, like you said, I watched this ruckus on Twitter. I was like,
what?
Like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
Sharpe went even further in his criticism, comparing Mayweather's exhibition fights to scripted entertainment similar to WWE-style events, suggesting that the focus has shifted away from authentic boxing competition. He argued that these types of matches risk damaging the credibility of the sport and could potentially weaken Mayweather's legacy, which was originally built on discipline, elite skill, and an undefeated professional record. His exhibition bout with Logan Paul was specifically highlighted as an example, with Sharpe stating that such a fight lacked the dignity expected from a fighter of Mayweather's caliber. This criticism reflects a growing sentiment that while these events may be financially successful, they come at the cost of long-term respect within the sport.
Yep.
Does this man have no shame?
No.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah, get that money.
He'll pick up either 15, 20 mil.
He was a highly respected champion.
Still
He
is.
dominated the sport.
Yes.
Greatest defensive fighter ever. And you're going to stoop to this?
Yep.
It's not even the right Paul. It's not Jake Paul. It's the older
we get
brother.
the brother. We get the brother.
He's
then.
easier.
Look, I was like, I started with the moment Nate Robinson hit that canvas face first.
Yeah.
I'm like, who can we nominate as an athlete to get our get back? I looked at James Johnson.
Okay, but it's not Jake. It's the older brother.
I want somebody.
Somebody?
Brandon Marshall. Our first things first, Brandon Marshall.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you who good with their hands and you might not know. Curtis Martin.
So what?
And we want our get back. That's what. So what?
So you want Curtis Martin to fight Jake Paul?
I
now?
want him to fight something. We go get our get back. Y'all nothing to have bragging
Well,
rights.
this isn't even a fight.
Nope.
This is an exhibition.
No, I know what happens.
How low can you go?
I know you over there. You're like, yeah, we got him. You know, no. We go get our get back. This for the culture. We gotta represent. Money, represent.
Represent?
Yep, lump him up.
You represented against Conor McGregor, and it was a worthy fight.
That's
It
okay,
was
we'll get
actually
it.
a battle.
We gonna lump him up. Yeah, we gonna lump him up.
With all these developments unfolding simultaneously, the debate surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s current situation continues to intensify. On one side, supporters argue that his exhibition fights and business ventures are simply smart financial strategies designed to maximize earnings even after retirement. On the other hand, critics believe these moves may reflect deeper financial challenges that are not immediately visible to the public. The contrast between his luxury-filled lifestyle and the growing number of legal disputes and financial questions has created a complex narrative that remains unresolved. As fans continue to analyze every move, the key question remains: are these decisions a sign of calculated business genius, or do they point toward underlying financial pressure? The answer could ultimately reshape how one of boxing's greatest champions is remembered, not just for what he achieved inside the ring, but for the legacy he leaves behind outside of it, being reshaped by decisions made outside the ring.